Alright, so you might be like, Matt, you have done pretty much 1 through 8 so far. Why are you skipping pick number 9 rebuild with the San Antonio Spurs and going to number 10 with the Washington Wizards? Well, I'm at least going to go out of order for now. I think I'm going to go Wizards, Knicks, and then maybe Spurs before the draft starts. I probably shouldn't have even done a Pelicans rebuild. I kind of regret that a little bit because I did a Pelicans rebuild and a Spurs rebuild when they got eliminated out of the 2022 playoffs, or at least the play-in tournament for some, or at least the Spurs. But the Pelicans literally made the playoffs, and I did an elimination rebuild for them, so I feel like it was too soon to make another one. So that's on me. I apologize about that. So unless the Pelicans make a trade, you might not get a Pelicans rebuild for a minute. And that's why I don't want to like oversaturate like my channel with Spurs rebuilds. Like I really enjoy doing Spurs rebuilds because they don't have like a superstar on their team. Yeah, they have a great young core and an all-star caliber player in DeJounte Murray, Vassell, Keldon Johnson. For some reason, Wes Unseld just isn't here unless that's the offer we gave out here. But no, I don't really know what's going on here. But yeah, what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We are doing our number 9 overall pick Washington Wizards rebuild. I really don't know where Wes Unseld went in this scenario, so I'm going to sign Josh Longstaff to be our coach for just 1 year. But yeah, let's talk about some Wizards now. I've been talking way too much about other teams. And this Wizards team is in a very interesting situation. Their best player, Bradley Beal, is a free agent. Now, in real life, I think he's going to opt in and opt for the extension. If it's going to be the Supermax, we will see. But yeah, I'm going to try to win a championship with Bradley Beal today. I don't want to trade him. He's been so loyal to Washington, and he's still only 29 years old. He's going to demand a lot of money. But we have now Kristaps Porzingis, who they traded for at the deadline. I feel like we can make something work around these two. Now, I think we can win a championship if, like, we find somebody that's probably at least better than Kristaps. Now, I'd like to find somebody that's better than these two. Have Kristaps as the 3, Beal as the 2. And that might be tough. We do have Kyle Kuzma, though, who had a very good season this past year with the Wizards. We have a plethora of centers, or at least we did with Harrell, but now we have Gafford and Thomas Bryant. Bryant, I believe, is a free agent. We've seen some promises out of Denny Advia. This might be the offseason where I move Rui Hashimura. KCP, I believe, is a free agent. We'll see if we want to bring him back. Corey Kispert's going to be going into his sophomore year. We'll see if Isaiah Todd's going to find any playing time. But yeah, this team desperately needs a point guard. Now, there is a point guard that I've mocked to them before, and that is Dyson Daniels. He's projected to go very low in this, unless I missed him. Yeah, 34th. Okay. We'll see about that. So, just looking if I was going to make any trades this offseason, I mean, a player I would think about moving is Hashimura. He's a restricted free agent next offseason. Maybe just not going to work out here in Washington because I don't know if I want Kristaps as the 4 or the 5. Either way, if he's the 4, Hashimura's out. But even if he's the 5, I got Kuzma at the 4. So I might try to snag another first-round pick in this draft, which I think is pretty fair. Let's see if the Memphis Grizzlies would give me pick 22. Okay, they definitely would. I mean, like, they're going to lose Kyle Anderson possibly. They replace him with Rui Hashimura. I think 12 is a little unrealistic for Hashimura. Maybe 19 with the Timberwolves. They can't afford that. Okay, maybe the Hornets would give me 15. Yeah, maybe this is fair because they already have another first-round pick. They had Rui Hashimura, just some wing depth right there. Maybe I'd have to throw in pick 43 as well. They agree to that. So right now, we have picks 10 and 15 in this draft. I would like to snag Dyson Daniels with at least one of those. And that's also crazy, like, by the time you see this video, I mean, it's going to be Thursday the 16th, but there's been a lot of John Collins rumors and how the Hawks are actively trying to trade him, and, like, they're trying to package maybe their first and Collins to move up at 7. I mean, if Portland can get Collins for 7 and maybe still get another first, like, they have to do that. Alright, so let's see how this draft goes. Chet Holmgren goes 1, Banchero 2, AJ Griffin 3. Well, that's a shocker. Jabari Smith 4, Johnny Davis 5. Okay, well, I'm not going to take Jaden Ivey if he's there. And what's going on here? There's Jalen Duren. Jaden Ivey goes there. So Shaedon Sharpe is still on the board. No, it's not happening in real life. I mean, there's a chance it does, but I'm not doing it. We just took him in the Pistons rebuild. I want to have somebody maybe a little bit more possible. Now, Dyson Daniels, I think I could probably snag at 15 just because how he's rated in this draft class, which is kind of disrespectful, man. I feel like it's kind of low. But either way, if I was going to take somebody else, I mean, Marjon Beauchamp wouldn't be at 10, though. Is that a reach? I mean, Jeremy Sohan, he's been mocked in the top 10 in some people's mocks. You know what? I might do that. We take Jeremy Sohan, and then I'm really hoping that Dyson Daniels falls to 15, and it looks like he will. Perfect. So that is going to be our draft class. And these are going to be 2 players that aren't going to be studs right away, and I don't think they're really going to be, I'm going to get the benefit of the doubt, and they're going to be high ratings. I think I'm going to really have to develop these guys while also trying to win in a window with Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis. It's going to be interesting. So Beal's going to opt out. I'm going to try to re-sign him. I'm going to decline the option on KCP and Ish Smith. All right, so, like, yeah, Maybe I go after John Wall, bring him back to Washington. I'm not going to offer anybody here the qualifying offers. So let's go here to free agency. And before we actually do that, let's just take a look at our team right now. So we can just kind of pull up our salary cap table here. And you can see that Kristaps Porzingis is making $33 million. I mean, this is probably going to be our front court. It's probably going to be our 3, 4, and 5. Beal at the 2, and I don't know if Dyson Daniels is going to be at the 1, but we could look to even add another point guard in free agency. If I were to move Daniels back down to a point guard, it goes down. Okay, well, that's just great, so I don't want to do that right now, at least to hurt his development. I could probably afford a James Harden, but yeah, I'd have to let go of Bradley Beal. So Bradley Beal has 0 offers out right now. $26 million, that's not too bad. I feel like that's a hometown discount. So if we sign Bradley Beal for around $27 million a year, I mean, Thomas Bryant is still a free agent, but we would have $17 million left over to maybe go after a point guard. I mean, Colin Sexton would be fun. Would he be a great point guard? Not really. But it would be fun if we were able to snag him. I mean, it's not the end of the world if I can't bring back Thomas Bryant. I mean, he only wants $6 million a year, but if I do this, then I can't get Sexton. I mean, if I were to offer him $7 million a year, and I offered Sexton, I don't know, about $17 million a year, I'd have to clear up about $7 million to sign both these guys, and that might just be too hard to do, sadly. So with Vernon Carey on this team, and with Gafford as the starting center, I think I'm going to just sign Thomas Bryant here. I would have to renounce the rights on these guys. Oh, I don't even have bird rights on Thomas Bryant. Interesting. So we signed Sexton. Whoa, that is pretty big. That's got to make Beal somewhat happy, right? I mean, can I use my mid-level exception on Thomas Bryant? $7 million a year for 3 years? Hey, let's go. So I'm actually pretty excited about this team going into next year's season. Sexton's up to an 83. I guess I should start Beal at the point guard position. It's funny because Sexton was drafted out of Alabama as a point guard. All right, so let's take a look at this Wizards team now. I think, like, even with Sexton, maybe he's not most likely to... Like, he could leave Cleveland. I think they do want to bring him back. But it would probably be in a sign and trade scenario. But I'm kind of glad that we were able to pick him up because I don't get to Colin Sexton a lot. And I went out and I signed him. So, I mean, if I were to move him to point guard, his overall doesn't change. So I guess I'll keep him there for now and see what he can do as a playmaker. So it's going to be Sexton, Beal, Avdia, Kuzma, Porzingis, Gafford, Bryant. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't really need Thomas Bryant. I forgot that KP is basically the center. Okay. Okay, we signed Dennis Schroeder apparently, but I would like to play Jeremy Sohan, and I would like to play Dyson Daniels. So I might have messed up a little bit here because, I mean, Thomas Bryant, maybe I'll trade him next offseason. He doesn't need to get that many minutes. Neither does Daniel Gafford. Porzingis can get about 32. We'll go 29 to Kuzma, 28 to Avdia. We'll go 34 to Beal and 33 to Sexton. So I have 13 minutes left over. I guess I'll give those to Jeremy Sohan, and this is what we're going to rock with this season. I'm just upset I'm not playing Corey Kispert enough. So if we take a look here at the roster, I mean, KP can have an 80 shot tendency, about a 96 to Beal, 85 to Sexton's fine. Go up to a 70 here. Oh, it's going to be really tough to really have this like allocated. I feel like we do have a lot of scores. I mean, these guys can hover around 53. They're the centers. They don't need to do too much. Maybe a 58 there to Kispert. And then where's Sohan and Daniels at? 60 and 65 is good respectively. Under Josh Longstaff's preferred system, 3.5 star balance. I'll take that. Let's see if we can be a playing tournament team this year. All right, so we ended up as the 10th seed this year, which isn't great, but I guess it's an improvement from the previous season in which we were the 12th seed, which is where they were in real life this year. And I think, like, the way I just need to keep constructing this team, I mean, like, if anything, Colin Sexton could be a trade candidate, right? And I'm not, like, going back on that already, and shout out to Jason Preston. We had no Wizards here on an all-rookie team because I'm trying to think about how I want to build this team around Bradley Beal because that's who I should continue to build this team around. And Bradley Beal, I mean, didn't need to score as much, which means his efficiency went up this year and he will be getting a ton of minutes in the playoffs. Colin Sexton averaged 3.4 assists, and I don't know, will they be able to coexist? He was efficient for us, but who's passing the ball on this team? Kristaps 15 and 7.5. He will be a free agent. I mean, if he wants $30 million, I don't think I'm going to pay him. I'm fine with giving Daniel Gafford the starting minutes next year because his contract extension kicks in at about $10 million a year. Kuzma was pretty good. I'd like to bring back Kuzma in the offseason. Corey Kispert shot well from 3. Denny Avdia was actually pretty efficient. Like, we pretty much a league average true shooting percentage, so I'm cool with him. Thomas Bryant wasn't bad, and I will keep him around if Kristaps leaves. Dyson Daniels, maybe isn't going to be our point guard for the future. Jimmy Sohan, I don't know. We'll need to get his efficiency up if he wants to be like that hustle glue guy for us. So we will be taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers here, the Colin Sexton Revenge Series in round 1. So for these minutes, I know people in the comments tell me I got to switch some things around. So I'm going to still make it a 9-man rotation. I don't think I'm going to play Dyson Daniels. I think I'm going to play Jimmy Sohan over him. He's getting about 10 minutes a night. Kispert's getting about probably 17. Just kidding. He's getting about 20. We're going to go about 16 to Bryant. Probably going to go around 24 to Gafford. Probably lower Kristaps down to 32. Kuzma 32. Avdia 30. Beal 40, and then Sexton 36. You guys want me to play some of my top guys more? Well, here we go. Let's see what happens in game 1 here against the Cavs. Can Sexton go off against his former team? Not off to the best start, but not the worst. I mean, yeah, I think we can also look at this and be like, we need to improve defensively. I'll check our team stats after this to see where we are. And can we pull off this victory? We can. We don't blow it. What a fourth quarter from us. Beal with 35, 7, and 5. Shoots 10 for 15 from the field. Sexton with 26. Kispert with 24. Porzingis with 22. And we're moving on in the play-in tournament. But I mean, if we take a look at the ratings throughout the season, we can see that the Wizards were the 10th. Like, we were the 10th best offensive team, but it looks like we were one of the league's worst defensive team. Yeah, third worst defensive team in the league. So we really need to improve our defense in the offseason. I don't know if that comes at Kristaps. Maybe it comes at not playing Kuzma and Sexton in the starting lineup, or at least both of them. All right, so can we beat Indiana and advance to the playoffs this season? I'm cool with either way. I mean, we were the 10th seed, so we would have a solid draft pick if we were to lose this game, but let's see if we could beat Indiana on the road after beating Cleveland on the road. So we have a really good first half against them. We came out strong, and we are currently up by 7 with 10 minutes to go, and it looks like we are not blowing it, and the Washington Wizards have made the playoffs. Well, would you look at that? Okay, so I feel like we can ride that hot hand of that lineup. I mean, we're taking on the Celtics, who own me in the simulation, so I don't really have too much confidence. In game 1, we do lose by 21 points. All right, so Beal didn't shoot too well. Neither did Avdia. Neither did KP. Man, I feel like I'm not going to keep KP around, which kind of sucks because he's all right in 2K, but I feel like we just don't need him. I feel like we can go in a different direction and use that maybe 30 million elsewhere. We lose by 18 here, and yeah, we are getting blown out. One St. Louis man is owning the other. I think both Beal and Tatum are from St. Louis, and we get swept. So that was pointless to win the play-in tournament because we would have had, I don't know, 39. Like, we would have probably had like the 10th overall pick, and now we're dropping to like 15. And let's see who wins the 2023 finals, and it is the Grizzlies over the Sixers in 6. All right, so I don't know if I'm going to keep Longstaff around as our head coach next year. I believe we get our pick. Oh, no, it's the Thunder because it was lottery protected. Oh, well, would you look at that? I don't get my first round pick either. Sweet. All right, Steve Nash got canned by the Nets. Let's see if he would be the Wizards coach. Jason Kidd as well. I wouldn't mind picking him up. Let's see if we can get one of these former goated point guards. Maybe they can help out Colin Sexton. And let's try Billy Donovan as well. So we get all 3. You know, I don't get Steve Nash a lot. Let's hire Steve Nash as my next head coach. He's probably the more likely of these 3 to be the next coach on the market. So looking at draft night, I mean, I'm not going to move Bryant yet, just in case I don't, or in case, yeah, I don't re-sign Kristaps. So I don't really think I'm going to do anything. We had the 59th overall pick. So yeah, a pretty uneventful 2023 draft. I took Christopher here, just pretty much the best point guard available. Keontae George went 1, Derrick Whitehead 2. Wow, for the second straight video. Wembanyama false at 3 he did for us in that Pelicans rebuild. Kind of crazy. So KP actually opts in. Whoa, all right. Was not expecting that. Kuzma opts in. Holy crap. I mean, I'm happy about the Kuzma one. I'm not really thrilled about the KP one. We're going to pick up the team option on all these guys. I mean, we could look at a KP trade. If we're looking at a more defensive-minded, I don't know, maybe power forward, start Gafford, move Kuzma to the bench. I mean, I wish I knew we would opt in. I would have maybe traded him on draft night. So, I mean, I'm not trading for the top, like, defensive power forwards and Giannis, Zion, and Jared Jackson. There's a chance I can maybe finagle Kristaps for Wendell Carter. I mean, that would maybe be tough to pull off. Maybe the Warriors are trying to make a move and get KP. Could they afford that? Is there any way, like, they've got contracts up? They cannot, and I don't even think they would do it even if they didn't. Yeah, so they are paying these 3. Even if I threw, yeah, never mind. I mean, yeah, Jonathan Isaac, Jared Vanderbilt, but I feel like at that point I would be technically downgrading. So I'm going to look at Wendell Carter Jr. when we do a KP trade. So it would have looked something like this, which gets me a point guard here in Washington, in Markelle Fultz. Do you think Sexton would be happy with moving to the bench? I don't know. But this is not a bad trade for us. We trade our top 10 protected first next year, Isaiah Todd, who hasn't really played and would get maybe more playing time there. Wendell Carter Jr. is on a great contract, and they get Kristaps Porzingis, who they could maybe find as a better fit or next to Chet Holmgren than Wendell Carter Jr. So I think this is a pretty big trade. I feel like I would maybe throw in just Ike Christopher as well, sweeten the pot for them a little bit, because I am getting Markelle Fultz in this, which is very nice, or at least the team control over Wendell Carter Jr. But yeah, this, I think makes me want to play Carter Jr. still at the 4, even though we can't really space the floor at all. But him and Gafford might work, 2 former Chicago centers. And even if they don't, I'll be able to kind of make moves down the line. So, oh, that offer is actually declined, really. And why is trade override even on? I throw in Ike Christopher to be nice to you, and you still say no. What? What? Oh my god, my head is hurting. What? You would throw in Franz Wagner and I'd give you Kuzma? I would obviously do that, but alright, let's just do this trade. So I feel like that's going to be like our big trade of the video so far. I mean, maybe there's another one that comes down the line, but that was pretty massive. We don't really have any cap space right now. So looking like, because I think Dyson Daniels is going to be way further behind than I need him to be. We're going to move Sexton back to the shooting guard position. I'm going to make Dyson Daniels a point guard. I know he goes down, but it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, wait. Do I want to move Kispert to a small forward? Yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We still have 11 guys in this rotation. Oof. Because I would like to play Jeremy Sohan. I would. I mean, we can run an 11-man rotation out for the regular season this year. Maybe I trade Thomas Bryant. And it looks like the Spurs need some big man depth behind Victor Wembanyama. Would they give me their 2025 top 3 protected first for Thomas Bryant? And they would. So let's take a look at the team. Bradley Beal. This is definitely plateaued. We got Wendell Carter Jr., Colin Sexton, Kuzma, Avdija, Gafford, Fultz, Kispert, Carey behind him. All right. I don't really know how to feel. All right, so let's take a look at this rotation. It's going to be Fultz, Beal, Avdija, Carter Jr., Gafford, Sexton, Kuzma. Like, that's a good bench. This is a really good bench now. And then we're going to throw Jimmy Sohan in there and Dyson Daniels. So, it's going to be tough to get them, like, adequate minutes here. Let's see. So, how do I want to do this? I think Gafford can get, like, 27. Carter Jr., 29. Avdija, 27. Beal, 33 is still good with me. Fultz, 29. I got 5 minutes left here. So, let's go 27 to Kuzma. 29 to Sexton, 20 to Kispert. I got 12 there. It's going to be tough. So let's go -1, -1, -1. That gives me a 12. We'll go 11 to each of these. Okay, so it's obviously going to look a little bit different for the playoffs. 3.5-star perimeter centric. We're 4-star balance, so we'll stick with perimeter centric for now. We'll see how we can do. We'll see you guys at the end of the year. All right, so pretty much the worst thing that could happen. We didn't get any better or any worse. Like, if we got worse, hey, maybe we would have had a good draft pick. If we got better, which was the goal, that would have been nice. But no, we stay as the 10th seed here in the Eastern Conference once again. I'm not going to cut ties with Bradley Beal. I'm just not. We don't get anybody on anything, which is fine. Maybe, like, I didn't want to make another big trade. I thought maybe we could develop this core, but hey, maybe Sexton's not the answer. Kuzma's going to be a free agent. Maybe Fultz isn't the answer. I mean, I'm actually fine with the Gafford Carter Jr. front court. I mean, Fultz averaged 8 assists and had a 58% true shooting. No, I think he can be our point guard. I think I want to re-sign Markelle Fultz. I mean, Beal was good, but he's definitely getting a little bit worse. I mean, he's getting up there in age. Jeremy Sohan, maybe I just don't keep giving him all these opportunities. I mean, Dyson Daniels was better. 49% true shooting. Okay, so for the playoffs, I will not be playing Jeremy Sohan. I'm going to probably give Dyson Daniels about 15 minutes. I think I want to give Kispert around 23. Probably not going to play Avdija as much. Maybe 25. Let's go 30 there. Jeez, it's going to... And I'm like, we'll go 36 to Beal. Am I relying too much on Beal? I mean, let's see what 2K comes up with. They would want to do Fultz... Well, that's already annoying. All right, so it's going to look something like this. And then how many minutes? We got Kispert getting 20. And then I'm going to go probably these 14 to Dyson Daniels. All right. I don't know. We'll see how this team plays in the play-in tournament. I mean, like, yeah. Hey, we win the play-in tournament. We got to take on freaking Boston again and get swept probably, which might set us back even more. At least with this, we'll get like the 10th overall pick in the draft. So I think I want to lose against Detroit. But, of course, we are going to win against them because that is just 2K, making this difficult for me. I mean, like, nobody really stands out. I mean, okay, a lot of guys are getting double digits, which is fine. So maybe I gotta, I don't know. I mean, like, hey, winning a game when Beal goes 4 for 14 from the field, that should have been maybe my dream. Let's see if we could beat the Indiana Pacers here. It's back and forth here, and yeah, we faced the Pacers in round 2 of the play-in tournament last year. And it looks like we are going to beat them again unless we choke here in the 4th, and we do not. So, Sexton drops 30. And yeah, once again, we're taking on these Celtics in the playoffs. I mean, if any improvement is shown, we win a game. But let's see, Sexton 30 in game 1, not enough. Game 2, hey, we do win by 16 on the road. That is pretty good. Beal with 35 and 12, Fultz with 23 and 10. Like, yeah, if these guys can all show up, you can really do things. Game 3, okay. How are we a 10 seed if we're going to put up a fight against the 1 seed? Like, come on. Beal with 21. Sexton with 22 points in 21 minutes. Fultz with 23, 6, and 4. Double-doubles for Carter Jr. Well, double-digit rebounds for Gafford. I mean, like, I trust everybody that plays. Like, Daniels, nice, like, had a great game. Game 4, we lose. Okay. Oh, my God, by 1. Damn it, we could have gone up 3-1. Gafford had an incredible game. So did Wendell Carter Jr. I mean, Sexton struggled. Beal wasn't the greatest. Kuzma was good. Can we win game 5? We can. Oh, my God. I feel like we're so much better than them. Like, if we won last game that we lost by 1, we would have advanced. Holy crap, this would be like the upset of the century. All right. I mean, can we win in 6? Or, like, we're definitely going to 7. No. Oh, my God, we won in 6. Holy crap. Let's freaking go, man. Beal drops 36 at home, and we win by 35. Maybe we just knew them very well, and, like, a year later, we're able to beat them. Let's freaking go. All right, so, of course, in round 2, we're taking on Kristaps Porzingis, so I guess this trade worked out well for them. Don't get me started on this front court decision from them. I don't really get that too much. But yeah, here we go. Let's see who takes on or who can pick up the victory. We beat them by 17 in game 1. Let's freaking go. KP at 7 points. All right, maybe that's why I traded him. Beal with 22, Sexton with 21. I don't know if I'm going to adjust this rotation yet at all. Like, if we do go down like 2-1 or 3-1, I will make some rotation adjustments. So we do lose by 4 here on the road, so at least we split them in Orlando. I will take that. I will definitely take that. Wow, 7 assists from Wendell Carter Jr. Is he like my best passer? Game 3, we pick up the win. Let's freaking go by 27 points, man. Fultz with 20, Beal with 20. Beal's only averaging 22 points in the playoffs, and we are literally 2 games away from the conference finals. We go up 3-1. Oh my God, we blow them out. Look at that defense. Look at that freaking defense, man. Sexton with 27 points. So remember how we were like the 3rd worst defensive team last year? I do want to see where we were at this year. Offensively, we dropped from 10 to 11, which is fine. And defensively, did we get any bit better? Yeah, we did. Hey, we were not a bottom 10 defensive team. We were actually at average, which is definitely an improvement. So let's see. Can we gentlemen sweep them? We can. And the Washington Wizards are in the conference finals. We beat them in overtime. Bradley Beal with 38 points. Gafford with a double-double. Carter Jr. with a double-double. And now we're taking on the Brooklyn Nets, who have KCP, a former Wizard. They have Ben Simmons coming off the bench. I mean, I don't really trust myself to beat KD or Kyrie, but hey, let's see how this series goes. And we do lose game 1 by 29. Game number 2, we do lose. All right, we lost by 6. But hey, even if, like, this would be the Nash Revenge series, but even if we get swept, I'm okay with making it to the conference finals this year. This season blew away my expectations. Even Colin Sexton was like an elite 6th man here in the playoffs, and then we do end up getting swept. So that sucks we couldn't win at least 1 conference championship game. But hey, yeah, this season is definitely a success. And hey, like maybe, but we were an 8 seed though, technically a 10th seed. So maybe I shouldn't be too thrilled because I don't know if this team's going to be able to go all the way next year. I definitely feel like I need to make another move after the Nets beat the Thunder. KD beats his former team in 7. Russell Westbrook heads to the Hall of Fame. Kyle Lowry and him get his jersey retired. So let's take a look here at the lottery. Do we get our pick in this draft? Nope. It goes to the Magic from the KP trade. I think we would have gotten it if we lost the playing tournament, but hey, we didn't, and you know what? I will take that season. All right, so we have 4 players under contract during draft night. I don't really want to move any one of these guys. I think Sexton can be a perfect 6th man for us next year, especially if, like, I can't really afford Kuzma if I don't want to pay him. I'm cool with rolling out this front court again, unless we find a different power forward or center. I mean, that could be Kuzma, just to get a little bit more floor spacing out there, because I'm literally getting like no floor spacing at all from my front court. So we're gonna pick up the team options on Daniels, Sohan, Kispert, and Ike Christopher. Denny Avdia will be a free agent, and who else is a free agent out here? Kuzma. He doesn't want too much money. The Mavericks are giving him 3 for 30. I feel like I'd be silly not to bring that back. I mean, Fultz I'd like to re-sign. 4 for 40. That's a steal. Alright, so maybe I will sign some of these guys back, but we could end up making a trade. So, Fultz, I'm going to get back on a 4-year deal. Kuzma, I'd like to bring back as well on a 4-year deal. And boom, we get both of them. We are not renouncing the rights on Denny Avdia. I'm sorry, I say Avdia, I say Avdia. I got to make up my mind. And let's bring back Denny on a similar deal to pretty much Kuzma and Markelle Fultz. So, pretty much 4 for 40. Let's not renounce the rights on him. Can we not do that, 2K? There we go. All right, so Michael Porter Jr. is saying it's early, but he's liking or he maybe wants to see what he's worth on the open market. So I want to see if the Denver Nuggets were entertain a trade idea from me. I would give you probably Denny Avdia. Yep, which is going to hurt. I would give you Jeremy Sohan, and then how much money are we off? 13 mil. So I would have to give up Gafford, or I'd have to give up Kuzma, and in this sense, I'd probably give up Kyle Kuzma But that hurts a lot, you know. If I were to give up Kuzma, can I keep Sohan? No. I'd have to give up about $5 million in here, and that would be Jeremy Sohan. So I could offer a 3-for-1. I could also try to sign somebody else and include them in this trade, because I doubt I'm getting Bones in this deal. Yeah, so let me just see really quickly if I can sign somebody in which maybe it could be RJ Hampton to a 3-year deal, because the Nuggets do like RJ. They drafted him. Yes, they ended up trading him for Aaron Gordon, but hey, they liked RJ Hampton at one point. So we snag RJ Hampton with our mid-level exception, and I'm going to really try to go after Michael Porter Jr., who I haven't really gotten in a minute. So I would try Avdia, I would try Jeremy Sohan, and I would try RJ Hampton. Can we get this done? We would have to acquire $2 million more than allowed. Can I, Christopher? No, $440,000. God damn it. All right, I might be signing Buddy Hield. I think I could sign Vernon Carey for more than maybe he's asking for. Let's see. Yeah, Vernon Carey might be the ticket to get this done, actually. So let's give him $4.5 million, and let's try this one more time. Not for Jordan Poole. Let's try this for Michael Porter Jr. Denny Avdia. Well, I think his value went down to them. RJ Hampton, Jeremy Sohan, and we ended up doing a Vernon Carey Jr. So a 4-for-1 swap. I mean, Sohan isn't the biggest L. He just hasn't worked out for us. RJ Hampton, we literally just signed, so this would be a sign and trade. And Denny Avdia, so this would be a pretty massive upgrade. We're giving them 3-4 players. I would maybe include that Spurs pick if they say no, which they don't. Let's go. We are definitely ready for next year. Beal's regressing. That's not great, but hey, we have 2 juniors there now. We have 3 guys from the 2018 class. All right, so it's going to be a 9-man rotation this year. We're going to give 15 minutes to Dyson Daniels. I think Kuzma, 24, probably 28 to Sexton, 20 to Kispert is fine. Let's go 27 to Gafford, 30 to Carter Jr., 32 to Porter Jr., 33 to Beal. He's getting older, but he'll play more in the playoffs. And let's go 31 to Markelle Fultz. System proficiency, 3.5 stars. Let's see if we got better. Holy crap, we might have had the best end to the season that I could have asked for. We were like around the 4 or 5 seed for most of the year, and then pretty much March came, and we turned it up another notch, and we were the 1 seed. Shout out to Michael Porter Jr. And I'm going to pretty much give him most of the success, because that maybe changed his team around. What were our last 10 games? 7-3? Okay, yeah, we were pretty good to end the season. I mean, on a small 3-game winning streak. I don't know if you could view standings by month at all, which you would think you'd be able to do. Maybe it's under, I was going to say team stats. Which, yeah, okay, yeah, last 30 days we went 11-3. I mean, maybe that's it. You could just go last 30 days or last 5 games. But hey, I will definitely take that. We take a look here at the player stats. Yeah, I guess nothing crazy pretty much throughout the season. I'm excited to see what happens in the playoffs, though. Most of our guys scored close to double digits, or at least average near it. All right, so to see what the rotation is going to look like, 2K wants to start Sexton over Beal. It's not happening. This is probably going to be the bench. I mean, I'm probably going to give Dyson Daniels like 13 minutes off the bench, but like, I still want to be able to play my starters a decent amount, you know, but I'm playing the bench so much. So Gafford can play 28, that's fine. 32 to Carter Jr. Like, yeah, I got to get more minutes out here. Let's do 29 to Fultz, maybe 31 to Carter Jr., 32, 33. I would like to find 4 more minutes. Maybe we drop Sexton to 28, 23, 19, and then we go 34, 35, something like that. System proficiencies, 4-star perimeter centric. Hey, let's go. And in the playing tournament, we are taking on the Charlotte Hornets, who now have Mitchell Robinson. So let's see who wins this series. Battle of 2 Southeast Division teams. We're finally a 1 seed, and oh my god, we almost lose in round 1. Now we're taking on a team that's been owning me as of late, and that's the Detroit Pistons because of, yeah, you know, Cade Cunningham, who's a 97. They also have Tyler Hero, Sadiq Bey, Bagley, Dembona, Isaiah Stewart. Oh, great. Here we go. We do win game 1, though, which is nice, by 20. Can we maybe go up 2 games to 0? Thank you very much. Let's go up 3-0, 2-1, and just like that, it's 2-2. And we are going to probably a game 7 for the 2nd straight series yet. There's a 0 chance we win a championship this year. It would be nice if we can go to the conference finals for the 2nd straight year, but I feel like we're going to blow this lead to the Pistons in the 4th quarter. Okay. Reverse psychology there. Usually, if I'm negative, we win, and if I'm cocky, we lose. But I got to take on Boston pretty much for the 3rd time. They beat us 2 years ago in round 1. We beat them in round 1 last year, and the biggest upset in a minute for me on my channel. Here we are with the rubber match. All right, so here goes nothing. Game 1, we do win by 5. Michael Porter Jr. put up 20. Tatum with a 38-point triple-double was not enough. We go up 2-0. Holy crap, we won by 3. Porter Jr. with 27. Can we win game 4? Or game 3? We can't. We lose by 4. Alright. Beal, can you step up a little bit? I feel like we're getting to the end of Beal's career. This is it. Can we win game 4? Yes, that's huge. We won by 31. Beal, after I say that, he drops 27. Carter Jr. with a triple-double. Porter Jr. with 23 and 8. And we win in 5. And we get the rubber match. Beal with 32 in the convincing game. Or the clinching game. Fultz with 9 assists. And here we are in the NBA Finals taking on the 1-seeded OKC Thunder. I'm seeing Andre Drummond on so many teams now. Like, last video, I believe he was on the Pistons. You see him on the Nets sometimes. As we win game 1, Beal with 25. Did we build the team we needed around Beal? Come on. Beal at 28 wasn't enough. We're up 2-1. Man, we haven't really gone down in, like, since round 1. Oh, but we're tied. I feel like we're going to lose game 5. Holy crap, we win. Let's go. Can we win in 6? Yes! We don't have to go to a game 7. And the Wizards are your 2025 NBA champions. Wendell Carter Jr. was your finals MVP. Man, I just think I built a solid squad. Like, all 9 players were really good. I mean, you could give an argument for Dyson Daniels, but he was efficient. 58% true shooting, 60 last year, 63 in the playoffs. Like, he was good. Kispert, like, hits his threes. Kuzma, very efficient. I mean, he wasn't throughout the regular season, but besides that, he's been good for us. Sexton, elite shooting-wise. And the Washington Wizards win it all. Let's freaking go. I got to win a championship with Bradley Beal on the team. I'm very happy with that. And that's going to be it for me. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you did. I think the Knicks pick rebuild will come out next. That'll be their number 11 pick rebuild. Yes, if you really want to see Spurs win, let me know, or that'll be like one of the first ones post-draft. Maybe I won't, because you guys are going to be seeing this on Thursday, depending on when the Celtics and or the Warriors... Okay, so if the Celtics lose game 6, that will be the rebuild after this one, because that game is tonight in game 6. So if you see the Celtics lose, you'll get their rebuild out on Saturday. If not, Saturday's video will be the Knicks pick rebuild, and then on Monday after game 7, you'll see whoever teams loses as their elimination rebuild. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy though. Drop a like if you did, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.